On Breeze TV, JMU Duke Club is focusing more on the student donor experience.
And we take a look at the Forbes Center's latest production, Into the Woods.
Plus, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and organizations around JMU are raising money to help the cause.
This is Breeze TV.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
Good afternoon, JMU. I'm Caitlin Merriman.
And I'm Sydney Jacksheimer. Thanks for joining us on Breeze TV. The Duke Club is taking a step in a new direction that focuses on the student donor experience. Breeze TV's Chelsea Church has details on the transition from DC 25 to Student Duke Club.
DC 25 was a good way for Dukes and young alumni to give back to JMU athletics while also receiving special benefits at sporting events. However, Duke Club was looking to add more engagement for their student members specifically, which inspired them to create Student Duke Club.
An opportunity to be a part of that fan group, to create an experience for yourself as a student, as a fan, going out there to all of our sporting events and get a little crazy, have fun and enjoy our sporting events here at JMU. We are blessed and privileged to have good athletic teams and programs all across the board.
With a donation of $25 a year, students have the opportunity to be a part of this group as well as receive a membership gift and exclusive access to games and networking events.
And we're really hoping that will help them get connected and show that they, as they move forward, these are donors and alumni that support JMU now. We want them to have that same mentality as they grow up and become successful in the real world.
Giving back and being a part of Student Duke Club can leave a lasting impact on everyone involved.
Without being a student athlete, the athletics department had so much impact on my life, and imagine what kind of impact you can have on student athletes who are using scholarship money to do what they love and get an experience that might not be possible to them otherwise.
Reporting in Harrisonburg for Breeze TV, I'm Chelsea Church.
Midterm elections are just around the corner. Breeze TV senior reporter Anna Saunders shows us the special visitors the Madison Center for Civic Engagement brought to campus on Wednesday.
The Madison Center invited Senate, House, and City Council candidates to their first ever traveling town hall on campus Tuesday night. The candidates visited 3 different dorms to talk with students, and for some, it was a homecoming.
I love the energy, I love the feedback from the students, and again, it's just so extremely important that we continue to build the community presence that our students, that we as JMU Dukes have within the Harrisonburg community.
At each location, the students had the opportunity to ask questions, show their support, and voice their concerns.
And I wanted to hear from them, what they had in their mind, what thoughts they have. And I always learn a lot when I'm coming to the universities and speaking to young people.
With previous low voter turnout rates in Harrisonburg and on campus, candidates and mobilizers stress the importance of getting to the polls.
I, of course, want everybody to vote for me, but even if they don't vote for me, it's just so important to make sure that everyone exercises their right to vote. People have fought and died for our right to vote, and again, it's the only way we have true democracy in this country.
Election Day is November 6th, and the deadline for voter registration in Virginia is October 15th. Reporting for Breeze TV in Harrisonburg, I'm Anna Saunders.
JetBlue flights out of Washington Dulles International Airport will soon be a thing of the past. A JetBlue spokesman confirms that the airline will cease flights to and from Dulles as of January 8, 2019. They currently operate flights to JFK and Boston, but customers have shown they prefer using the more centrally located Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in Arlington.
An annual 5K took place at U Park this weekend to benefit a JMU student affected by cancer. Breeze TV's Conwell Syed tells us more.
College students and community members in Harrisonburg came together to run for a cause, an event organized by JMU students and local charities. The annual Scare Cancer Away 5K serves as a fundraiser to help raise money for a particular JMU student affected by cancer. Meet Mickey Pomonag, a member of James Madison University's Phi Sigma Pi and organizer of the Scare Cancer Away 5K.
I've never known anyone who has had cancer. I've never really been affected by it per se, but just like kind of the idea of bringing people together to target a cause that really like is not being addressed is what's really like magnetizing me to this 5K.
For Pomonag, the goal of the event is not only to raise money, but to also raise awareness.
Raising awareness goes a really long way in helping to take steps towards alleviating the problem.
His passion for the cause goes beyond a personal connection. As he is getting ready to graduate and pass the baton along, Pomonag wants members of his fraternity as well as other organizations to join in the efforts.
I'm hoping that people will kind of be inspired by the mission of this 5K and really just keep it going.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Kanwal Syed.
Coming up on Breeze TV, the University Program Board hosts Spotlight Night for up-and-coming local musicians.
Plus, Kanye West visits the Oval Office to voice his opinions about making America great again.
All up next on Breeze TV.
This is Breeze TV.
The Spotlight Sound Series has been bringing up-and-coming local musicians to JMU stages, but this month marked the first ever student night. Breeze TV's Peyton Kennedy attended the event to hear how the music played out.
Musical talents of JMU student body took to the Taylor Down Under stage this October 3rd as part of the first ever Spotlight Sounds Student Night, directed by the University Program Board.
I mean, TDU is a cool spot. It's very different in terms of venues, you know, because there's people who will come to see you, but also people who are here just like studying and get to experience the music.
The Spotlight Series is a monthly concert in TDU supporting up-and-coming local musicians. Attendance is free and open to all.
We were trying to bring a variety of student groups. Normally, I think Spotlight's gotten a reputation the past few years to be kind of an indie-based group. So we tried to bring a few different sounds.
The showcased musicians included Zach Benson, Angus Quinn, Teddy Chaporis, and co-ed a cappella group The Overtones. Audience members had the opportunity to hear covers of trending hits in addition to new original works.
It's cool what UPB is putting on because, I mean, this is obviously the first student night, and it's just showcasing us. You know, we are a university.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Peyton Kennedy.
Hurricane Michael ripped through the Florida Panhandle Wednesday afternoon as the strongest storm to come ashore in the U.S. since 1969. It is the first Category 4 hurricane to come ashore in the region. Michael has now weakened to a tropical storm as of Thursday and has barreled through Georgia and hit the Carolinas. Many homes and businesses are destroyed, and over 900,000 citizens in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas are without power.
It was just unimaginable because I had never seen 150-mile-an-hour wind. You couldn't open the door. We had to pull our couch in front of the door to keep it shut. And it was, you know, security double locked. And the roar of it, I guess, is what was just deafening. We couldn't even hardly hear ourselves talk to each other. And it was like, it was just unbelievable.
Florida Governor Rick Scott describes Hurricane Michael as monstrous. He urges residents to remain cautious and inside, while aid and rescue comes to them.
We have, just remember, there's a lot of trees in this part of the state, and so it's going to take us time. We're trying to clear, I-10 right now to get the roads open as quickly as we can, but stay in your house, listen to the locals, be safe. Don't do anything foolish. We've got a massive flow of rescue workers coming now to help you.
Citizens can contact the American Red Cross at redcross.org, calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or texting the word Red Cross to 90999. Rescue teams are working hard to aid in the devastation. The Red Cross is accepting donations to help efforts via telephone, text, or online.
Kanye West visited the White House on Thursday and delivered an enthusiastic 10-minute monologue in the Oval Office while sitting across from President Donald Trump. The rapper wore a Make America Great Again hat as he spoke with Trump about a wide array of issues. West said that wearing the hat made him feel like Superman.
We have to bring jobs into America because our best export is entertainment and ideas. But when we make everything in China and not in America, then we're cheating on our country. And we're putting people in positions to have to do illegal things to end up in the cheapest factory ever, the prison system.
Trump said the speech was pretty impressive and quite something. At one point, the two men hugged, and West proclaimed, "I love this guy right here."
Breeze TV's Dyer Pace is at Forbes Center for the Performing Arts to get a behind-the-scenes look at the new show, Into the Woods.
Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, and many beloved fairy tale characters are coming to life here this weekend at Forbes, the Center for Performing Arts. I journey deep into the woods to find out more and learn from the cast as they prepare for their opening night. With every little step, JMU School of Theater and Dance and School of Music students prepare to open their production of Into the Woods. With music and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, this story takes audiences on an exciting and emotional journey.
It focuses on a baker and his wife who are in search of a child and are sent on like a wild journey in the woods, and they meet a lot of fictional characters that we all know.
This particular production of Into the Woods has an imaginative spirit as cast members bring new life to household objects.
We're really embracing the storytelling aspect and kind of using objects in unfamiliar ways. Really pedestrian objects like chairs or trunks or normal like hooks and things like that, and how they can be reinvented to tell a story.
As each character ventures into the woods to make their wish come true, they learn a much deeper lesson that the cast hopes will resonate with audiences.
Truly the main concept of this show is like what you teach children and be careful what you teach the younger generations, and also to listen.
Audiences can be transported by this production filled with music and magic as it runs this weekend in the concert hall at Forbes, the Center for Performing Arts. Reporting for Breeze TV in Harrisonburg, I'm Dyer Pace.
To learn more about other performances at JMU, visit www.jmuforbescenter.com.
Coming up next, Sarah has sports for us. What's the update, Sarah?
We're going to take a look at the football team's tough loss last Saturday against Elon and what they plan to learn from it, and highlights from field hockey and men's and women's soccer games this week. All that and more next on Breeze TV Sports Wrap.
This is Breeze TV.
Welcome to Breeze TV Sports Wrap. I'm Sarah Salzman. Football is halfway through their season. After last weekend's tough home loss, their first since 2015, they fell from 2nd to 6th place in the Stats FCS Top 25. The Dukes got off to a slow start on defense. Elon took advantage and gained a lot of yardage early on. JMU was finally able to find its rhythm and made big gains, like on this Ben DiNucci throw to David Eldridge. In the first half, the Dukes were held to field goals, but Ethan Radke hammered in 4 total throughout the game, a program record. Finally, in the fourth, Trey Sharp ran the ball to put the first JMU touchdown on the board. The Dukes inched closer to gapping the 20-18 point deficit. A late touchdown from Davis Cheek to Avery Jones put pressure on the Dukes with only about a minute left to play. The pressure proved too much as DiNucci's pass was intercepted by Elon's Connor Christensen, and Elon kneeled the ball for the win. As the Dukes hit the road to play Villanova, Coach Houston identifies some big takeaways from last week's game.
You know, there's so many things that you can take from today that are things that we preach all the time. You know, whether it's ball security, or whether it's, you know, as we talked about, blocking behind the play, or it's, doing a great job with your pass rush moves so your hands aren't up high in the face of a offensive player, if that's what it was. You know, there's so many things that we teach and preach about, and maybe that'll reinforce.
Field hockey is 4-7 overall, but only entered conference play this past week. Delaware and Drexel getting 1 loss and 1 win. JMU got on the board first with a penalty pass from Rachel Yeager, nailed in by Effie DeRige. Going into the second half with 3 unanswered Delaware points, Corey Mayer beats the goalie and sends the ball tumbling into the back of the goal. Another corner pass by Rachel Yeager to Megan Gazzardi looks like it'll be stopped until her teammate deflects it around the goal. Despite their best efforts, the Dukes could not catch up to Delaware's 6 goals. Men's soccer is ranked number 1 in the CAA with a record of 7-3 and 2 overall, 5-1 in conference play. This past week, they picked up 2 wins against the College of Charleston and William & Mary. After tying with number 17 NC State in double overtime the week before, the Dukes were hungry for a win against the College of Charleston. Aaron Ward-Batiste caught the goalie off guard and boots in a quick goal to set the tone with the JMU lead. Ward-Batiste once again gets the goal, this time with a header that brushes off the goalie's fingertips and into the back of the net. The final goal of the night is launched in by Manuel Frio after the goalie gives him room to work with on the right side. The final score is 3-1. Women's soccer looks equally as impressive, boasting a conference record of 5-1. Ginger Deal throws in a ball to Haley Crawford, who dribbles it around her defender and strikes it low into the goal. Crawford finds the back of the net again on a penalty kick, notching her 6th goal of the season. Another throw-in by Deal is headed in by Hannah Cooling late in the game for the win, with a final score of 3-2. Now let's take a look into the NHL. After defeating the Vegas Golden Knights, the Washington Capitals traveled north to face off against the New Jersey Devils. The Devils defeated the defending Stanley Cup champions 6-0. It started with Kyle Palmieri's goal midway through the first period. The Devils never lost momentum going into the second period, increasing their 2-0 lead with Marcus Johansson's goal. With the season just beginning, the Devils are 2-0, sending the Capitals back to DC with their first loss. The Capitals look to bounce back as they play the Toronto Maple Leafs at home tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tennis, cross country, field hockey, and volleyball are all in action today, so be sure to keep up with the action and catch Breeze TV Sports Wrap again next week. Now back to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Sarah. Coming up next, University Program Board hosts an event to hear all about JMU's very own ghost stories.
Plus, JMU organizations have big plans for breast cancer awareness.
All this and more coming up next on Breeze TV.
This is Breeze TV.
Even though it's the fall season, the weather here in Harrisonburg hasn't been the cool, crisp weather that is usually expected. Luckily, back home on the farm has not had many problems because of this. Even with lots of rain and the unusual warm temperatures, owner Lynn Hess says they have been able to work around the weather and still have the fun activities that they are known for back home on the farm.
It hasn't been bad. We were open last weekend without any problems. So if you're coming out, you're coming to a farm, I certainly wouldn't wear my best shoes. But for the most part, we're in pretty good shape right now.
Do at back home on the farm, including pumpkin picking, a corn maze, and animals to pet. Check their Facebook page for the farm's hours and special events this fall.
On October 24th, the JMU community is invited to Hillside Field to collect their purple t-shirts in anticipation of homecoming. The Student Government Association and University Board program unveiled their brand new t-shirt design. Students can claim their t-shirts online and pick them up October 24th from 5 to 7. And with homecoming and Halloween a few days apart, October is an exciting time for JMU students. Many have been preparing all month for the spooky events to come. To get students even more excited, University Board program hosted Campus Creepies for students to hear about JMU's very own ghost stories.
Lisa Ha, Harrisonburg's Ghost Stories keeper, came to tell students about the ghost stories that haunt the quad and beyond.
You can hear heels clicking under the tunnels.
From a young age, Ha has always believed in ghosts, but she says that even when giving tours, she still has not had a ghost encounter of her own. Perhaps it's her friendly manner towards the ghosts that keeps them away.
One of the last things I do when everybody is gone after the tour is to thank everybody, all the ghosts, for their stories and thank them for staying away and not coming home with me.
Although Ha isn't afraid of ghosts, some students might respond to them a little differently.
I'm gonna be real, I'd probably start running. I know me, I'd run.
Whether you're looking for something scary this Halloween or avoiding it altogether, you may come across some strange activities.
What appeared to be a
And it could just be a JMU ghost. Reporting in Rockingham County for the Breeze TV, I'm Grace James.
This coming Monday, graduation applications are due. Students graduating May 2019 are urged to turn in their documents to their major advisors as soon as possible. The forms must contain the signatures of their major and minor advisors. If a student is planning on participating in May's ceremony but are completing their hours the following summer, they must state August as their anticipated graduation date so they can sign up for summer courses.
Fall has arrived and October kicks off Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I spoke to a few organizations earlier this week that have already started fundraising. Some organizations on campus have created new events this year to raise money for breast cancer awareness.
So we went with breast cancer awareness because over 70% of our brothers have had someone in their families that have been affected by cancer.
Events like this can be educational by being around others for the same cause.
So that was really nice to hear how it's not only girls that are affected by it, but also boys.
JMU Relay has an extended month-long initiative, Real Dukes Wear Pink. Each participant wears pink throughout the month of October and sets up their own fundraising goal of $200. Some already hitting that mark.
This year we have 22 participants, and just within the first week of October, they've raised almost $3,000.
All of the money raised for Relay goes directly to the people of the Harrisonburg community.
We have ladies going through chemo, whether it's breast cancer or other kinds of cancer, that can come to our office and get a free wig. And, so we really do see the money at work right here in Harrisonburg.
But if you want to join in on the action, Piketoberfest begins this coming week. Anyone can participate by watching the events at Hillside Field or donating to the Breast Cancer Foundation by going to the link listed below.
Monday we're doing a dodgeball tournament. Tuesday we have a proceeds night at Brick House Tavern downtown. Wednesday we have tug of war. And Thursday we have something called Pie Pike, where you're able to pie a brother in the face for a certain amount of money.
No matter the organization, the common end goal is the same, giving back.
My parents always taught me that the best thing that you can do is to give to others. So, that's what we're out here trying to do.
Behind me is just a preview of what you can join in on in the fight against breast cancer awareness. Let's just hope I'm not one of the ones behind there because, woo! Reporting for Breeze TV in Harrisonburg, I'm Caitlin Merriman. So now that it's October, there's only one thing I'm super excited about.
What's that?
Pumpkin carving.
Oh, yes, and I am excited to roast the pumpkin seeds that are inside those pumpkins.
And candles?
Yes, and apple picking. Well, that's it for us on Breeze TV.
Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend.